Good morning. Happy Friday. We made it through a whole week of going back to really getting into some learning. And that's awesome. We're doing a great job, aren't we? Okay. Here is Mercy Watson. Thinks Like a Pig. The author is Kate DiCamillo and the illustrator is Chris Van Dusen. We're reading chapters 10 and 11 today. As you recall, the animal control lady is on her way to see what she needs to do to pick up Mercy. Animal control officer Francine Poulet was on her way to 54 Decawoo Drive. Francine, she said to herself, you've never encountered a pig before. This is a career-expanding opportunity. There she is in her special truck there. Oh, that's funny. It says cluck. I know it shows upside or backward on yours, but it says cluck like a chicken clucks. At the corner of Creek and Windingo, Francine spotted a dog. She stopped the truck. Hello, little friend. There she is. See that? She said, are you lost? Irv? Said the dog. Just as I suspected, said Francine. No tags. Hop in. On Merkle Street, a golden retriever stepped right in front of the animal control officer, Francine Poulet's truck. Said Francine Poulet, foolish dog. There he is. Here's the next picture. There we go. She stopped the truck. She got out. Quick like a bunny, said Francine Poulet to the golden retriever. The golden retriever hopped right in. Francine, said Francine Poulet, you're the best animal control officer in the history of animal control. Nothing can stop you, not even a pig. Chapter 11. Did you get a good look? I don't know if I gave you a good look at that again. There we go. Okay. Chapter 11. There we go. By the time Francine Poulet turned onto Decawoo Drive, her truck was full of dogs. To catch a pig, said Francine, what I need to do is think like a pig. The dogs in the back of the truck howled. Howl! Think like a pig, she said. She saw a man and a woman running down the street. Excuse me, said Francine. Have you seen a pig? We have lost her, said the woman. Lost who? Said Francine. Mercy, said the man. Our darling, our dear, she is in great danger. There we go. Look at these. Okay. An unmentionable horror approaches, said the woman. An unmentionable horror, said Francine Poulet. Exactly, said the man. All righty then, said Francine. Thank you very much. She rolled up her window. You are on your own here, Francine, said Francine Poulet. The locals are as crazy as loons. The dogs in the back of the truck barked and growled. I know, Francine told them. Think like a pig. There we go. Look at that. And that is the end of chapter 11. Now, you learned yesterday when you watched the video that we were so angry with the British, we started fighting with them. We started the shot heard around the world. We started a fight. They're not messing with us. We're done with them. Here's what you're going to learn about the legend of Betsy Ross. That's our lesson title for today. Who was Betsy Ross? What did she do? Why should we remember Betsy Ross? What did she do that was so special? You're going to find that out in just a moment when you watch the video. But first, let's talk about vocab for today. The first one is alternating. Say alternating. Okay, that means taking turns. Okay, when you walk with one leg and then the other. Take a step. Those are alternating, okay? Kind of like that. Here's our example sentence. In the spring, I planted both beans and squash in alternating rows. So I have beans in one and squash, and then maybe beans and squash. Something like that, okay? Legend. Say legend. A legend. You'll hear about legends in second grade. Can't wait for that. A story told over the years that may or may not be quite true. And sometimes the longer The more people tell it, the bigger the story, the wilder the story. Sometimes they're way, way, way crazy. Okay? For instance, maybe you've heard about George Washington, president number 1, the first president, chopping down a cherry tree and telling his dad, yes, I did it. I cannot tell a lie. Maybe he said it, maybe he didn't. Maybe it's just a story, okay? That's a legend. The next word is patriotism. Say patriotism. Patriotism. That's when you are loyal to your own country. Remember, the patriots really wanted their independence. They really, really wanted our own country. They were patriots. And when you're loyal to your own country, you have patriotism. Now you can show your patriotism by flying our flag or so forth. That's showing your patriotism. When you say the Pledge of Allegiance and you do everything just correctly and you do exactly what the rules say, you don't goof off, you take it seriously like Mrs. Reader does, that's patriotism, okay? The next one is seamstress. Say seamstress. Seamstress. That's a woman whose job it was to sew clothes and other things. Now, that's somebody who sews really, really well. They didn't have machines. Now we have machines to do it, to do our sewing. Some maybe even have families that have sewing machines. I have some sewing machines. Not that I have time to use it. That's a whole nother story from Mrs. Reader's life. But anyway, so if you take something to a seamstress, that seamstress sews really, really well. They're very, very talented in that, okay? Stars and stripes. I already told you yesterday that those 13 stripes stand for the 13 colonies or places where people came over and started places to live. Those are stripes. The stars in our flag represent, and I'm sure I've told you this several times, they represent all of the states in our country, okay? How many states do we have? 50. So there are 50 stripes or 50 stars in our flag. In fact, when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, I tell you, there are 50 states, there are 50 stars, and each one of those stars not only represents the state, but it represents the people who died in that state to keep our country free. I know you've heard me say that a zillion times, but it's true, okay? If we say the stars and stripes, that's another name for our flag, okay? Instead of saying the United States of America flag, you just say, oh, that's the stars and stripes. Sometimes people do say that, okay? Now, we've learned about Thomas Jefferson, number 3 president, George Washington, number 1, Benjamin Franklin never was the president, very, very, very interesting fellow. And we learned about Paul Revere and what his job was in helping the fight against Britain. Now you're going to listen to Betsy Ross and figure out what she did. And there's Emmy barking, and that's the end of our video. I told you she barks. Okay, I'll see you later. I love you. Bye.